Get things started here for the Jags. We've got Cam, Kellen, Kingston with Connor and Henrik on the back end here. Puck dropped here. Boulder wins it into the zone. Highland gets it back out. Kellen is flying up there, and Highland is offsides. We've got a variety of folks who are not in the lineup today, so you're going to see some different line combinations today. Tommy here to take this faceoff just outside of the Boulder zone. He picks that puck up, gets it into the zone, passes across to Max. Max fires, picks the top corner over the goalie's right shoulder for the first goal of the game. Puck dropped here. Tommy tied up with the center. Puck comes back to the D. Goes all the way into the Jag zone. McKenna picks it up behind the net. Flips that around. And she pays the price, but gets it up to Max. Max clears the zone. Comes into the Boulder zone. Now they throw it back out. It comes all the way down. Connor picks that up. Comes around. Henrik in here battling. Now he's able to get it, push it up those far boards. Pushes that up to Max. Oh, Max couldn't get it out. Tommy trying to push it forward. It comes back into the corner. Connor picks it up, comes behind the net, comes across to Graham. Graham gets it out of the zone. Boulder regroup, tried to get it in, but Graham blocks that. He kicks it up. He's driving deep into the Boulder zone. They come all the way around and are able to clear it out of the zone. Connor picks it up there, comes across to Max. Max tied up here. Puck comes back to Henrik. Henrik pushes it back up. It comes off the boards now. Henrik still pressuring there. Comes up. Kemp gets it. Max is battling through four of them. Can't get through. Puck comes back. Now Boulder flips it around to the other side. McKenna grabs it there. Takes a minute. Comes around behind the net. Looks. Passes that up. Gets it to the line and out. Now Landon coming in here, pressuring in the neutral zone as Boulder's regrouping. They come up the far side. Grayson picks that off. He throws it in on net. Chipped off. Landon's first on the puck. He throws it toward the net. Picked off by a Boulder player. They come up. Ezra grabs it there, throws it deep in behind the net. Grayson and Landon back in there working behind the net. Now Boulder comes away, tries the far boards. Ezra cuts him off at the half wall. They come across, trying this near side, and they're able to chip it out of the zone. Holden coming back to pick that up. He chips it off the boards to Ezra. Ezra can't clear the zone. Puck comes across, comes into the middle. Boulder gets a shot through, but it's wide of the net. Ezra chips that up, battling against a few Boulder players here. Now, can't get it out of the zone. Boulder comes around. They skate into the middle. They come all the way to the half wall up here. They get a shot. Good blocker save there by Christian. Puck comes over. Landon gets that out of the zone, gets it up into the neutral zone, but can't get it in deep. Now Cam comes in. He is able to get it up deep. He's off to the races, fires it, gets a good shot in. Henrik was with him, but couldn't get his stick on that for the rebound attempt. Cam pushed that into the corner. It comes all the way up. Kingston covering the point here, chips that back up to Cam. Now Boulder still tries, but Cam holds it, throws it across. Boulder now sticks that and pushes it out of the zone. Connor picks it up there. He misfires again. Now gets it up. Cam had it, lost it. Boulder throws it in deep. They shoot it. Kingston picks it up, tips that up to Cam out of the zone. Now Boulder comes in offsides. Puck dropped here just outside of the Jag zone. Tommy wins that back. Holden picks it up there, chips that up to Max. Max can't get around the second Boulder player. They tried coming into the middle. It comes back. Now they throw it in deep. Comes around the net. McKenna's on it there. Gets it over to Graham. Graham comes across to Holden. Holden pushed it up. Now Tommy's trying to help out. Now we clear the zone. Boulder waiting. They throw it in. Holden comes back behind. Lays a hit on. Gets the puck up to Max. Still pushing it up. Now it comes across. They get it into the middle. McKenna pushes it up to Graham. Graham tips that up. Oh, trying to connect with Max, but it is pushed back. Christian gets that, throws it behind the net with his stick. Holden pressuring the play there. He loses his stick. Puck comes over. Henrik pressuring the puck now. Now it comes up. Picked up there by Max. Max and Graham are off on a 2-on-2. They enter the zone. Max to Graham in the middle. Graham with a shot that's just wide on that far post. Henrik pinches into the half wall to hold that. Max gets it. He comes in. Oh, he picks the same corner second time. Goalie needs to keep an eye on that right shoulder. We do have a new cameraman today, so if things seem a little different, we know we'll make sure if we get any feedback, we'll share it directly with the cameraman. Ezra in here to take this face off. He pushes it over to Landon. Landon's able to drive it forward, gets into the zone. He pushes it forward. Grayson has it here. He tries coming to Ezra in front. Couldn't get it through. Boulder has it. They're trying around the far boards. They get it up and out. Connor's waiting for him. Good back check by Landon to pressure him there. Now puck comes into the middle. Boulder has it. They come around. Good leg pad save there by Christian. Puck comes up. Grayson gets that. He comes across, tries to connect with Landon. It is tipped, so no icing. Boulder goaltender pushes that behind the net. They come up. Landon grabs that, gets a nice pass over to Ezra. Ezra turns, fires, but it's blocked by one of the Boulder players. Puck comes out. Holden gets it there, pushed it forward. He's battling here. Ezra comes back to help out. Now Landon advances that up to the blue line. Boulder's able to hold it. Ezra has it in his feet. Boulder throws it up and over the net. They come up to the near boards here. Now they throw it back in around behind the net. They come up into the middle, but nobody's home. So they throw it back in, and that's going to be an offsides. Who knows where they'll drop the puck, because that should be intentional, but you never know around here. Puck dropped here. Alex pushes that back. It comes over. Cam's got it. Cam throws it across the ice. Alex racing after it. He gets there to hold it in. Pushed forward there by Connor on the blue line. Now they come around to these near boards. It comes up. Good job holding the line there by Connor. Puck into some skates. Now Kingston's able to come over and grab that. He is battling with a couple of Boulder players. Henrik pinches in to hold it. Comes over to Cam. Cam fires it. Oh, through a screen, but post. And out. Boulder gets it out. Cam picks that up in the neutral zone. He re-enters. And puck comes in deep. Boulder coming around. Oh, good stick there by Alex. He's hold it to the zone. Kingston, couldn't hold it on that second attempt. Connor gets it there, comes up. Now it comes in deep. Puck comes around. It's loose in front, but Connor's able to push that over here. And we've got a penalty upcoming. Jags are going to the power play here. And as I mentioned, we're down a couple of players, so we've got an unusual power play group out here. Tommy in here to take the face off. He wins that over to Ezra. Ezra comes back to Graham. Graham tried pushing it back up the boards. Now he skates into the middle. He passes across. Grayson was in there but could not get the one-timer off. He pushes it around the back to Tommy. Tommy pushes it back. Grayson has it in the corner. He's got time. He pushes it up to Max. Max back to Grayson. Grayson right in on net. Rebound goes into the corner, though. Puck comes up to the line. Graham was not able to hold it. He was close, though. Cam coming into play center here on this power play 2 line. And he's battling here. Boulder pushes the puck back. Graham gets it there. Throws it in deep. Grayson hard on the forecheck here. Boulder pressured up the wall. They're able to get it out of the zone. Max picks it up there, comes across to Kingston. He tipped it into the zone, but did not make it in deep. Max gets it there, waits for everybody to get on, throws it in on net. Puck comes back out, and it's going to come into the Jag zone. Picked up there by Graham. He pushes it up to Cam. Cam comes across. Now he's able to get it out of the zone. Kingston gets it there, but loses it into the middle. Good stick there by Grayson. Comes over to Cam. Cam gets it up to Max. Max comes in, and he's ridden off the puck. It comes up, skips just by Graham's stick, comes out. Landon picks it up in the Jag zone, comes across to Graham. Graham tried coming back to him, but his pass is a little behind him. Now pass comes up to Kingston. He tips that to Cam. Cam tips it in. Kingston in on his own, fires it. Puck's off the goaltender to Graham. Graham comes across to Kellen. Kellen fires it, post and out. That's 2 posts for those keeping track at home. Puck and Kellen skates, and that's the end of the power play for the Jags. Landon gets that over to Cam. Cam looking up, gets it across to Kellen. Kellen gets it into the zone, gets a shot on. Goaltender sticks that aside to the half wall. Boulder regroups behind the net. Ezra coming in. Gets some support from Kellen. Ezra disrupts that play. Gets it. Loses it. Boulder's able to get it out of the zone. They're coming in. They go into the zone off sides. They're pleading their case, but they don't have eyes in the back of their head, so pretty easy to see the third player was in well offsides. Puck's dropped here just outside of the Jag zone, and they win it back to their D. Their D gains the red line, throws it in deep. They throw it all the way around. They push it back behind the net, picked up there by Ezra. Ezra comes up, gets a puck up to the point, but not out. Now it comes around. Ooh, little confusion there with these different D partners here. Everybody left it for each other, but Boulder's working on that half wall. Battling here. Holden doing a great job holding off a couple of them. Puck comes up. Landon's able to get it out, and he is literally just basically hugged by the Boulder player there. And they come into the middle. They are taken right off the puck. Ezra pushes it up. They come across to the other side. They're coming in, and they're swarmed by Jags players. McKenna picks it up. She pushes it up. It comes back. Holden has it now. Holden's got a streaking Kellen. He connects the 3-33. Oh! Kellen comes in but could not get the shot off. Puck comes across. Ezra fires that. Boulder player plays it up high, and that's going to be a high stick on Boulder. So the puck will get dropped deep in their zone here. For everybody wondering about the guest camera person here, it is none other than our Bantam A and Pee Wee A coach, Jackson. He described it as looking for a resume builder, so he's got this going for him now. Puck over to Graham. Graham fires it. It was tipped just wide there by Tommy. Tommy picks it up, comes back to Connor on the back end. Connor gets it in, tipped just wide by Max. Max working behind the net. Puck comes over to the half wall. Graham working there. It comes back to Henrik. He gets his shot off, but it's blocked. Now Boulder's coming in 2-on-3. They fire it from way outside, and Christian grabs that with his glove. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone. Tommy wins that over to Max. Oh, no, Graham. Graham tried chipping it up to Max. Puck's turned around in the neutral zone. Boulder's coming in. Stick off. They get a shot off. Loose puck in front. And the ref loses sight of it, whistles it. Max had it on the back door, was getting ready for a breakout. Great battle in front there. Good job by Christian. Puck one up to the blue line. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. Battle ensues in the corner. We got a little school crime going on here. And Boulder pushes that up. McKenna gets it, throws it back up. Boulder throws it in behind the net. Holden back there battling with a couple of Boulder players. He gets some help from Alex now. Puck comes around to the half wall. McKenna pressuring him there. They can't get a pass into the middle. Now Alex gets it. He's coming off to the races. He's got a head of speed. He comes into the zone, fires it. Goaltender was able to grab it, but they had to do the double take to make sure they had it. Puck one into the center here by Alex, but Boulder picks it up, and they gain the red line and throw it in. Puck picked up. Oh, no, not picked up by Connor. They throw it into the middle, and they got a man streaking in, and they're able to pick that corner low for Boulder's first goal. Ezra coming in here to take this face off at center ice. He's got Cam and Kingston out there with him. Boulder gets it. They chip it up. It goes past the D and in. Holden battling there. They do the exact same play again here, but they weren't able to score that time. Puck comes up. Kingston gets it, chips it up into the neutral zone. They come into the middle. It's loose. McKenna battling here. Now Ezra back. They push that blindly into the middle, and Boulder's able to hold the zone. They push it up. They come in. McKenna gets into their stick. Now Cam picks up the puck. He's coming off to the races, 1-on-2. He gets it in deep to the zone, and Boulder tried to hit. He moved out of the way, so they threw themselves into the boards. They're coming up now. They get a 2-on-3. They tried coming into the middle. Jags pick that puck off their stick behind the net. They come up these near boards. Henrik's got a head of steam. He's coming in. Comes in, fires it, but it's wide of the net. Max coming in here to pressure him there. Kingston gets a stick on it. And Boulder's able to get it out of the zone. They're coming in. Connor takes the stick away. Ezra gets the puck, pushes it into the corner. Max picks it up here in this near corner, pushes the puck back around the other side to Connor. He gets it up. He sees a streaking Graham. Max tips it to Graham. They're 2-on-0. Graham fires it, but it's off the goalie. Max picks up the rebound. He's battling in this near corner now. He's coming around. Oh, tried getting it out front to Tommy, but it was deflected back in. McKenna comes over, can't hold the zone. Picks it up in the neutral zone, comes across to Holden. Holden regroups behind the net, comes up to Graham. Graham can't get it out of the zone on the first attempt. He does on the second attempt, and that is tipped, so it's going to go around. Max battling hard here on this forecheck. Disrupts the play, dislodges the puck. Another Boulder player comes around, getting some pressure here. Holden pinching in to hold the zone. Boulder regrouping again here. They're pressured off the puck. Max gets that up front, fires it, and then he's throwing down after the buzzer for his effort. Ezra in here to take this face off as we start the second period. Boulder gets it. Now they chip it up. They come into the zone. They're immediately taken off of that by Ezra's back check. He gets it out of the zone. They push it right back in for an offsides. Puck's going to be dropped just outside of the Jag zone. Ezra pushes that over, but it goes past Grayson. Boulder D picks it up. They throw it in behind the net. Picked up there. Ezra gets it over to Grayson. Grayson tries to get it out. Boulder's players get confused. Now they come across. Good stick there by Landon to get that in deep on that D to D pass. Boulder comes in. That should have been a penalty on the Jags. I'm not sure what the refs were watching, but no whistle there. Grayson gets it. He gets it to the line, holds it at the line, turns it around and in. Boulder pushes it back up these near boards. They're coming across. Now they chip it into the center. They get it out of the zone. They're coming up, and they get a shot off. Christian pushes that aside. And here's the makeup call from the no trip behind the net. So, hockey justice here. Puck's going to be dropped deep in the Jag zone, and I've been corrected here. That is the Mary Kay call because it's the makeup call. We got Kellen in here taking this face off. It gets pushed back to their D. He's immediately on him. They push it in. They fire it wide of the net. Comes around. Cam's over here battling. It comes in. They get another shot off. McKenna battles, gets the puck, loses the puck. Boulder now picks it up. They get it up to their D. They get a shot in. Comes off of the stick, deflected into the near corner here. It's pushed around behind the net. Holden trying to get it there, but they're able to get it up to their D. They fire it. It's off of an elbow back into the corner. McKenna pressuring him back there. She chips the puck up to Kellen. Oh, Kellen couldn't get it out of the zone. Puck comes back. They fire it wide again. Comes over to Cam. He's trying to work it up. It comes back in, goes all the way around. Holden picks it up behind the net, chips it up. But because we're on the kill, it comes right back down and in. McKenna in here battling. Puck loose in front. Now they kick it around. Cam tried to get that out of the zone. Comes back to Boulder's D. They wait. Tipped. Good leg pad save there by Christian. Boulder flips it around. Kellen racing over. Can't get to it. Puck loose around the back again. Now it comes up to Kellen. He's got it. He's able to come out of the zone. He comes in. He fires it. Kicked over to the side there by the goaltender's stick. They come up. The Jags are able to get a line change after a minute and a half. Alex has it here. Gets around one. Now it punched to Kingston. Kingston comes over to the D. Connor picks that up. He pushes it up to Alex. Alex coming in on a 1-on-2. He gets around. Nope, he's tied up by the first one, but is able to hold the zone, and that's going to kill off the penalty for the Jags. Boulder tips that, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing. Puck dropped here, comes over to Graham. Graham gets it, tries throwing it in front. Could not get it through all the Boulder players. It comes over. Graham's able to get it to Tommy. Tommy comes across. Oh! Almost connected with Graham. Boulder gets it. They're coming up the far boards now. They come across, kick it into the middle. They pull up. They take a shot. It's saved. Second shot is blocked. Graham gets that, chips it up, comes over to Max. Oh my gosh. We need a sponsor here for an optics company to help out some of these folks today, because that was clearly tipped, but we called it an icing. Puck dropped here. Boulder's able to pick that up on the half wall. Now Ezra picks that pass off, chips that around. Landon tries to get it. It comes into the corner. McKenna's over there battling. Takes the player off the puck. Second player is able to pick it up. Ezra's pestering them. They chip it up. It comes all the way out and down. Landon hustling after that. The goalie had to play it. Oh. And the Jags are just offsides. We got a goalie change coming here now for Boulder. I think they're splitting the periods somehow. Or they're splitting somehow. But we got a few changes going on here. Puck comes up, comes back in, and it came out of the zone, so we'll get another face-off whistle. Drop just outside of the Boulder zone. Puck pushed over here. It's chipped forward. Grayson gets it. Now it comes up out of the zone. Comes over. Connor gets it. Comes back to McKenna. McKenna sees a lane, skates up, pushes it over to Gubatos. Landon gets it in deep. Puck pushed back up. Ezra gets it. He comes back to the D. Connor picks it up, chips it up. Boulder pushed off the puck. Ezra gets it, comes in, fires it. It's wide of the net. They pick it up there. They push it around. It comes up and into the neutral zone. Connor gets it there, chips it up. Ezra tips it in. He's doing his normal F1 amazement. Pushes that puck up to Connor. Connor fires it, but it's picked off by the Boulder player. It comes up. They come in, they tip it in. Christian grabs that and covers it up for the whistle. Puck dropped here. Alex ties up the centerman, but Boulder is able to push it into the corner. They have it there. They're pressured. Henrik bodies him once, comes around. Connor picks it up behind the net, chips that up. He's trying to get it into the crease, but it's going to go for an icing. Puck dropped here. Alex wins that over to Henrik, comes back. Alex has it here. He reverses it around. Kingston picks it up here and comes up. Boulder fires it about 2 nets wide, and puck comes through. Henrik pesters him there. Now they come back in. Henrik pushes it into the corner, gets that up. Kellen on the wing. Now Henrik grabs it and throws it the length of the ice for an icing. Puck pushed over the boards. Holden gets it there, pushes it up to the line. It comes across. Boulder tries to shot, but it just bounces in front. Max pestering him in the neutral zone. Now they regroup, get it in. Holden gets it up into the neutral zone. Boulder goes into their zone, pressured by Graham. They come back into the middle. They're trying the far side now. Holden pushes him wide. They tried coming into the middle. Jags are able to clear the zone. Boulder regrouping. Tommy gets it, chips it around the D. He's coming in, kicks it to himself, comes in, fires it, loose puck. Graham there if there was a rebound, but the goaltender covered it up for the whistle. Max in here taking this face off. Oh, tied him up, but then lost it. Boulder coming off, getting some good pressure there by Holden. They are pushed now into the corner. Holden pressures him off, loses his stick. Puck comes to McKenna. She sees a lane. She skates it out of the zone, comes in, gets a shot in on net. Goaltender has it, loses it. Loose puck. And they whistle it after the goaltender covered it up the second time. Puck pushed over here. Ezra battling there. Gets it over to Grayson. Grayson tied up on the boards. Ezra coming in to help out. Now there's a little 2-on-2 battle here. Grayson trying to push that puck forward. Now Ezra's able to come away with it. He comes up, Gets it in front. Grayson tried a backhander but could not get it in the net. Boulder comes up. They push it up. Henrik steps up, gets that pass to Landon. Landon throws it in deep. Grayson coming in on the forecheck. Boulder comes around. Landon picks that up, comes right in front to Ezra, and he scores! Different goalie, but the same right-hand shoulder, top corner. That one did take a bounce before it went in there, but that's the third goal for the Jags. Kellen pushes that puck up, but he loses it. Now Lorch is able to pick it up. He comes into the zone, pushes it to Cam. Cam shoots it, stick wide into the corner. Kellen picks it up there. He comes around the back, but Boulder picks it up there. They come out of the zone. Connor picks that up. He pushes it up, gets it to Kingston. Kingston comes over to Cam. Cam was trying to pick the bottom corner there. Could not get it in. Boulder comes up and out. Connor stops him at the blue line. Now there's a battle just inside the Jags zone here. Boulder gets it into the middle. They shoot it. It's deflected a couple times into the corner here. Kellen picks that up, throws it around. Henrik's able to clear the zone. Boulder gains the red line, throws it in, but they're offsides. Face off at center ice because of the intentional offsides. It's pushed over to the Boulder D. They get it in. They gain the zone. Puck comes all the way around. Graham picks that up, chips it up and out of the zone. Max tips that to himself. He's coming in. He's got Tommy with him. Boulder player dives for it. Now he gets it to Graham, fires it in. Holden comes in to push that in deep to the corner. Boulder's going to try this near side. They chip it up. They're pressured immediately, and they turn around, push it back. It goes behind the net. Max pressuring there, but it comes all the way out. No icing here because they're saying the Jags could have gotten to it. Puck pushed over. Tommy gets it up to Max. Max comes in, gets it out of the zone. In the neutral zone, Graham battling there, gets some support from Tommy. He pushes it deep into the zone. He's in alone. Tommy gets it to Max. Max thinks about a one-timer. Comes around. Boulder player got the puck but didn't know they had it. It comes up to the line, skips over Henrik's stick. He comes back, grabs that, regroups. He's going to skate behind the net. He fires it. It gets deflected but out of the zone. Boulder comes in. They are clearly offsides, but we're still looking for that optic sponsor. Boulder pressures. They come up to the D. They fire it in. Leg pad save there. Landon picks that up, gets it up to the line, but not out. They throw it in. Connor picks it up behind the net. Comes around. Now he throws it up the middle. Oh, Landon could not get to it. Boulder grabs it. They come up. Ezra holds it at the line. He turns around, shoots it in. Goaltender has it, now covers it up for the whistle. Kellen in here to take this face off deep in the Boulder zone. Puck comes back to Holden. He dances in, shoots it, goes off the side of the net around the back. Kingston in there battling. Boulder gets it there. They're still battling. Cam comes in to help out. Puck's still down deep. Now it comes up. McKenna comes up, stops him momentarily. Now they're off to the races. Holden comes across, gets a stick on him. They throw the pass all the way around. Kellen picks it up there, chips it around the D. They come in, Kellen pressuring them there. They come back up the sides. They are pressured off the puck. Kingston gets it into the middle. Cam picks it up there. He goes across to Kellen. Kellen gets it in deep. Kingston first on the forecheck here. Pressures them. They push it up the near boards. Good job by Tommy to pull that off. Cam gets a shot, but it's deflected wide. Tommy gets it over to Kingston. Kingston pushes that in front, but they whistled it, and I think they're going to take both players. Yep, they're taking both players, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Alex in here to take this face off. He pushes it over to Max. Max battling on the half wall. He comes into the middle, gets it to Alex. Alex pushes it up front to Graham, now to Max. Oh, shot after shot. Now the puck behind the net. Alex ties up the man. Max comes around with the puck, comes up to the point. Connor crossed to Henrik. Henrik down to Graham. Now Boulder's able to get it out of the zone. Max comes over, tips it, but Boulder is able to just get it into the zone. Graham picks that up there. Max kicks it forward. He's going to win this race. He comes in, and he picks that same top right shoulder corner again. And that's his hat trick. All three up top over there. Cameraman's going to great lengths here tonight to get involved. He just waved his hat out there for the hat trick. Puck dropped here. Boulder wins it into the zone. Alex battling with it here. Now Graham's able to pick it up. Oh, he hits Max, and he comes into the zone. He doesn't have a breakaway attempt this time, but he comes in, reverses the hit, gets a pass to Graham. Graham across to Alex. Oh, couldn't get a shot off. Boulder comes up. Holden pushes him over to the side. McKenna rides him wide, gets involved, and they end up pushing it up to Max. He gets it to the line, but not out. Now the puck comes into the corner here. They get a shot off. Christian covers that up for the whistle. Puck dropped here, pushed up. Boulder battling for it here. They're able to hold the zone. They push it in deep. They get a shot in. Christian gets a leg pad on it. Puck pushed over here. Now it comes out of the zone. Grayson pestering him there. They push it back in. Holden gets it back to McKenna. McKenna picks it up. She chips it up to Grayson. Tips off of his stick into the zone. He's pressuring the D. Rides him into the boards. The second Boulder player comes up, picks that up, comes up to Landon. Landon gets it in. Grayson picks it up here, gets a shot off, leg pad save behind the net. Ezra picks that up, throws it up to Holden. Holden pushes it right back down in below the net. Grayson coming over here. Oh. And there is a battle on the half wall. Grayson gets it. Misfired a little on that shot. Boulder pushes it up the other side. They're able to get it out. Now they're coming up. Good back check there by Ezra to disrupt that play. Boulder throws it in behind the net. Henrik comes over battling there. They get it in front. It goes off of McKenna's skate. Christian had to respond quickly to that. Puck in here. Sorry about that. I lost track of what was going on here. They got a good shot off there. Now it's back loose. It comes around. They pick it up. They throw it in middle. Just Christian's making save after save here. Now puck comes up. Kellen's able to get it. He pushes it up to Cam. Cam lost it or kicked it back to Kingston, and we were just offsides. Puck dropped here, pushed over to the boards. Now Boulder's D picks it up. They come up, stick by Graham back to the D. Max picks it up here. He pushes it up to Tommy. Tommy gets it in deep. Graham's going to be the first to pick this up behind the net. He comes around, gets it over to Tommy. Tommy tried coming back. He comes out of the zone. McKenna picks it up here. She comes across to Holden, and that's the end of the second. Puck dropped here, one over to Max. Oh! Tommy's able to pick it up in the neutral zone. He comes in, shoots it. Good leg pad save over into the corner. Graham picks it up there, comes around the net, gets it right to Max in the middle. Oh, he fires it just high of the net. And it comes back to Holden on the blue line. He holds it. Tommy gets it in, shoots it into the goaltender, covers it up there. Got a little pushing and shoving going on. I think we're getting some frustration here. Tommy in here taking this face off. It comes over to Graham. Graham to Max. Now back to Graham to Max. And that's goal number 4 for Max himself. Great work by Graham to keep that alive in front of the net and get it back over to him. Puck pushed back. Connor pushes it up to Grayson. Grayson gets it into the zone, advances it in, tried getting it over to Ezra, but couldn't. Alex battling here. Boulder gets it out. Henrik grabs that, holds him up the line, takes him into the boards. Now he clears the zone, and it is picked up. Alex pressuring there. They come up. Grayson gets it. They push it in. It goes deep in. Connor picks it up, comes around behind the net. He pushes it straight up. Boulder can't hold the line. So they're coming up. Good pressure there by Grayson, and Boulder threw it back in. And they're going to push this one down to the Boulder side for an intentional offsides. Puck dropped, pushed back to Holden. Holden gets it, throws it in deep to Kellen. Kellen battling behind the goal, but Boulder gets it, and they throw it the length of the ice. And that's in for an icing. Kellen in here with that face-off. Boulder wins it. They come across. It comes up to the line. McKenna gets it there. She is pressured, but clears the zone after she got the Boulder players to come in. They come right back up. Holden grabs it at the blue line, battling there, gets it out of the zone. And now it comes in. Kingston grabs it there, comes around, chips it up to Kellen. Kellen tips it into the neutral zone. Boulder regrouping there. Cam coming in hard on the forecheck, disrupts it, grabs the puck, pushes it forward. Boulder's so off their game now, they're just pushing the puck up, and they're looking for the hit. Now they're just talking and talking. Puck comes all the way down. McKenna picks it up here, chips that up. Oh, just out of the reach of Kellen. It's going to come down for an icing. Puck pushed over into the corner. Henrik battling there. Comes around to Connor. He tried firing it up. Boulder pushes it into the middle to Max, gets it. Comes out of the zone. He pushes it in. He's battling here. Boulder gets it out of the zone. Picked up there by Graham. Graham comes across to Max. Max re-enters the zone. He is tripped, and Jags are going to the power play. That's a frustration penalty. Puck dropped here, shot wide of the net. Kingston picks it up there, goes behind the net. Oh, tried tipping it out front, but it goes around back. Grayson comes over, battling. Cam picks it up, comes back to Max. Max fires it. It comes all the way around. Graham holds the blue line, gets that back up to Kingston, but Boulder pushes it all the way across the ice. Max picks that up, chips it back into the neutral zone. A little back and forth play here. Now Max sees a lane. He's going to go ahead and skate in. He comes around, passes it right in front. Cam gets it, and they say no goal. So we're going to keep playing. Kingston looking for the Mishi. Now it comes back to Cam to Grayson. Comes back up. Max has it up here. Fires it, a rising shot over the net. Boulder gets it, loses it. Graham's battling. Gets it back to Kingston. Kingston comes in. Oh, tried coming across to Cam but couldn't connect. Boulder gets it, and they throw it out, and that's going to go the length of the ice, but no icing. Oh, now there's a whistle. Ezra wins this face-off right over. It comes back to Kellen on the back end. Puck comes over. Kellen pushes it up, and we got a whistle with the high stick. Looks like another frustration penalty to Boulder. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 44 seconds. Ezra over here to take this face-off. Wins it cleanly over to Landon. Landon back to Kellen. Kellen comes across to Henrik in a hurry. He comes in, fires it. That's the third post of the game with no goal. Puck pushed back to Kellen. He holds the zone. But now Boulder comes out, and they get it and throw it in. And they're waving off the icing there. Maybe it's a mercy here. Kellen picks it up. He comes out of the zone. He comes all the way in, pushes it into the corner. Now he pushes it back up. Landon gets it here at the top of the circle, fires it, loose puck in front. Connor bats that around but can't get it in. Now he comes to Landon. Landon fires it just wide of the net. Ezra picks it up. Boulder coming out of the box. They come up. They're coming in. And Christian covers that up for the whistle. That was a little more school-on-school crime there, because there's a few kids out here that all go to school together. Puck one over to Max. He gets that up to Kingston. Kingston chips it out. Boulder comes in there well offsides. Cam pushes that puck around. Grayson gets it back to Graham. He's able to hold the line. He skates in, chips it into the middle. Boulder comes up. They're off to the races. They get a 2-on-1 coming in. They come across. Can't connect on that. They push it over. Max gets it to Graham. Graham pushes it up the half boards. Boulder comes back to their D. Now it comes back in. Graham has it here, dances around one. Kicks that up to Cam. Oh, Cam dropped it for Grayson. Kingston actually comes in and picks it up. Boulder gets it out of the zone now. They're able to come in. Now it's pushed up and out, and we got another penalty coming up here. This one's to the Jags, so we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey here for 6 seconds. Puck dropped here, pushed over to McKenna. She gets it up to the line, but can't get it out. Now Alex picks that puck up. He chips it up to Landon. Landon gains the red line and throws it in deep. Since the Jags are now on the kill, he's in forechecking on his own. Boulder gets it there, throws it the length of the ice for an icing. Boulder comes up and out. McKenna holds him up just enough at the line that they come in offsides. Puck pushed out of the zone, now back in. Holden picks it up here. He comes around. Landon picks it up on the half wall. He reverses the play back to the other side. Boulder picks that up. They fan on it, but we miss clearing the zone. Alex comes back in. Now the puck's in behind the net. McKenna pestering him there. They try. They miss on 2 pass connections. Puck now in on Christian, and he covers that up for a whistle. Puck pushed over here. Boulder wins it back to their D. They get a shot off, but Ezra gets that off of his shin pads, throws it in, and it's just inches over the line here for a whistle. Puck's going to be dropped to the right of Christian again. It is pushed over. Boulder gets it there. They fire it, but it's into Connor's skates. He pushes it to the line, but not out. Puck comes in. Henrik drives them into the corner. They come back into the middle. Now they push it out front. Christian covers that up. Puck pushed over here. Graham actually took a shot off the faceoff. Max picks it up in the corner. He comes around. We're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Henrik picks that up. He holds up. Now he throws it in, and it is deep into the zone. Max is forechecking. Boulder pushes around to the near corner here. They throw it all the way out. Connor picks it up here. He comes around the net, stops, comes back to the other side, picks it up to Max. Max is pushed down from behind. Connor muscles the Boulder player off the puck, throws it to the near boards here to Graham. Boulder tries to line him up, but can't. Now Henrik picks it up behind the net, comes up, chips it up. Max, Kingston. Now it is a power play for the Jags. Graham coming in, fires it in, and the Boulder goaltender is up for the task on that one. Cam pushes that over to Kingston. Kingston up to Grayson. Grayson back to Cam, but Cam couldn't get it on his stick. Kingston with it back behind in the corner. Boulder player roughed up. Now it comes up, and we got a whistle here for an interference. We're going back to 4-on-4 hockey, and we are running the clock now. I'm not sure what's going on here with the clock. We're taking a minute here to reset. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey here for a minute. Puck drop deep in the Jag zone to the left of Christian. Boulder pushes it behind the net. McKenna pressuring him there. They come in. They try the short side. Christian has that covered. Puck behind the net now. McKenna, they get another shot off into the glove, out of the glove. Ref whistles that. Puck dropped one over to Connor. Connor pushes that up to Kingston. Kingston gains the red line, comes back to Kingston or back to Connor. Connor up to Tommy. Tommy gets a shot just wide of the goal. Puck back into the middle here. Tommy takes him off of it. Kingston gets a stick on it. Boulder comes up. They push it back into the middle. They're pressured here. Henrik pushes them off the line at the blue line here. And puck comes around. Kingston gets it up and out of the zone. Boulder regroups here. They get back on sides. They come back in here. Connor pushes them wide. They go behind the net. They pass up to their D. They get a shot. Christian grabs that and covers it up for the whistle. Puck pushed over here. Holden gets it up to the line. Boulder pushes it back in. They've got it in the corner. They come up front. They get a shot off, but Christian's up for the task. Puck pushed over here. Boulder gets it. They throw it back in behind the net. McKenna pressures them there. Puck off of her skating up. Holden gets that up out of the zone. And they come right back in well offsides. Puck pushed up here. Boulder regrouping, comes back into their zone momentarily. They come up these near boards. Now they come into the zone. Holden gets a stick on it to stop the play there. Now he pressures them up. Alex gets into the mix. Puck comes out, comes over. McKenna grabs it. She's got a lane. She comes up, skates in, gets to the red line, fans on it, and pulls herself off sides with that fan. Alex gets that puck, pushes it back to Landon. He gets the red line, throws it in. Grayson pressuring. He gets a stick on it. Now Alex gets a stick on it. Puck coming in. Grayson pressures him in the corner, but Boulder's trying this near side. Landon coming back. He lays the body on him. Puck back to Henrik. Henrik's hit by a couple of Boulder players. Puck comes all the way into the zone. Boulder pushes it to the line. Landon gets it there. Fires once off of some legs. Comes into the middle. Alex pressures him there. Puck comes up. Connor gets it there. Pushes it out of the zone. Boulder waiting, still waiting. Now they come around. They push it up the other side. Connor comes in, takes the body to slow him down. Henrik with the puck behind the net. He pushes it up. It bounces off of, a Boulder player, but he could not connect quite with Grayson. Now it comes to Connor. Connor pushes it up the half wall. Alex comes over. Puck coming in. Boulder cycling now. And puck comes in. Christian grabs that with his glove for the whistle. Boulder wins that puck, gets it over. Tommy gets it up to Max. Max streaming up here. He tries the toe drag, can't get around. Tommy gets it, he throws it in, but we are well offsides. Puck pushed over here. Boulder's D gets it. They push it up. Holden stops them on the initial rush. Now they come in. McKenna comes in. Puck, good leg pad save there by Christian. Comes out to Kellen. Kellen comes deep into the zone. He fires it in. Stick save into the corner. Boulder pushes it around. They get it up here. They come into the middle. Kellen grabs it there. He tried to fire it off, but he's stopped. Kingston gets it, pushes it up to Cam in this near corner. Cam tried getting it out front to Kellen, but couldn't. Boulder comes in. They took the body first, so Kellen went ahead and played that game with them. Didn't go well. Kingston comes up. McKenna's coming up. She's pressured. They push out. She comes around. They can't. Now they do get a shot, maybe. Christian covers that up. Puck pushed over to Landon. He gets it up and out of the zone. Boulder re-enters the zone. Holden gets a stick on it, pushes it over. Now they throw it back in, but they are offsides. Puck over here. Boulder wins, comes into the zone. They're pressured almost immediately. Henrik picks that puck up. He chips it up, and it is out of the zone. Boulder throws it back in for another offsides. Puck pushed over here to Connor off the faceoff. He gets it, tried chipping it up to Max. It goes right to their D, but they just pick their stick up. Grayson comes in, gets to it, but loses it. They come up the near boards. Henrik pressures them. Puck comes over. Connor gets it, throws it up. Now Ezra picks that up. He comes across to Max. Max comes in, gets around one, fires it. Goaltender's up for the save this time. Now it comes up. Henrik gets it in neutral zone to Max. Max leaves it for Grayson. Grayson chips it back to Max. Ezra comes over, picks it up. He fires it. It is deflected into the near corner. We got it coming around. Now they enter the zone. They're swarmed. Puck into the corner here. They tried getting it up front. They can't. Ezra picks it up. He throws it around the near boards. Boulder picks it up there. They throw it in front. It's deflected. Christian gets the first one, second one behind the net. They come back out again. They get another one. That's shot wide of the net from the top of the crease. Boulder comes in. They fire another one. Now Connor gets it in the corner. He comes up. Now Kingston has the puck. He's going to skate it out. He's hooked. Now Boulder gets it, and we're going to go back to the power play with 35 seconds left. Sorry, our pseudo cameraman has just corrected me. It's only 34.6 seconds. Jags are thrown out of the face-off circle, so puck comes in. Ezra gets it. It comes. Boulder pushes it up. They're able to get out, but not up. Now McKenna grabs it, chips it up to Grayson. He's ridden into the boards. Now Boulder comes up again. McKenna gets it. She comes across to Holden. Holden skates up, gets it over to Ezra. Ezra comes into the zone. He comes up. Now he fires it. Goaltender makes a save. And that's going to do it for the game.